Hey, we were supposed to have for the next matchup Tampa versus Anaheim, but Anaheim was having some rostering issues and couldn't field a roster and decided to forfeit the match, granting Tampa its full 6 points that they were able to make today. And instead, we have gotten back on track with the match of the night, Houston versus Ottawa. This is a big matchup for the East, and not necessarily so much the West, as Houston has pretty much cinched a playoff spot at this point. They're kind of more playing for seeding. But that being said, we are seeing Ottawa playing to lock in that third spot of the East where they will not need a play in. This match winning would make that more of a likeliness to happen and almost locking it in indefinitely. That being said, we're seeing some typical bans come out here. We're seeing the Jackal and the Doke be taken away to increase the ability to roam for the side of the defense. Solus and Valkyrie, though, some heavy intelligence on the defensive side being taken away. So we're going to see potentially more of a stall game, perchance, instead of an intel gathering game. That's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams play as we are getting into the start of the first round here. Mr. Escargot will be with me for this match of the night. That being said, sir, what do you think about what we're seeing here from the side of Houston and Ottawa? We saw some heavy intelligence band for the defense, Solus and Valk both off the board, but a very heavy into the roam denial taken away as well. The Jackal and Dokkaebi be taken off the board as well.
I was about to start speaking, and then I realized I was muted. Sorry.
No problem. I can't tell you how many times I've done that tonight.
Yeah, not too surprised really by the Valk ban or the Jackal ban. We saw the Solis ban actually earlier tonight. I'm a bit surprised by it, but it's understandable. Solis quite valuable, strong operator with just great utility through the Specchio sensor. The Doke's a bit surprising. I mean, I've seen it before, but it's just not very common. I am surprised, however, to see no hard breach ban here. You know, as you pointed out, very intel-focused banning here, really, by both sides. Might be target bans, not exactly sure. I'm interested to see how this goes. So, I don't know how much context you provided. I would like to bring up one stat. I don't know if you brought it up or not. But Houston's been on a bit of a losing streak. You know, on the last play day, they lost to Calgary by 1 round. The day before that, they lost to Miami by 2, 8-7, then 8-6. And then the last time that they played before that, they lost to Toronto 7-3 on day 14. So the last time they actually won a game, I believe, was day 13, which was, I mean, that's back in early May. So probably looking to reestablish the pace here. That'll be actually Sarge taking down Sparks. Sparks to get that first kill, however, on a Wolf. Important opening frag to get rid of that, as well as to get rid of the Omai, really. You know, clearing out some throwable denial, and that's, mind you, the only throwable denial, so those counts should be pretty easy to take out now, or easier to take out at least. And that does also free up, you know, frag grenades. Would be more if Sparks didn't die, but still, getting rid of that utility is absolutely valuable for them. Sarge got the important refrag to deny some soft breach and some potential vertical playing. I mean, he does have something Sparks. Oh wait, Sledge lost frags. Sorry, my apologies. But still, just a good refrag really from Sarge's. Kit might be looking for his own kill here. Gonna potentially push towards Trophy. Does take down Vax, Twitch drone there. Now Vax sending out a volley of shots. Maybe looking to pick off Sarge. He's just gonna fall back here. Actually, Kit, pardon me, who does get his own kill there onto Zish. I'm gonna struggle with these names, folks. I'm sorry. Hughes took down Sarge, so it does remove that one Warden. Pardon me, I'm making word soup over here. Hughes takes down Juco. Reagan will trade him out, however, 2v2 situation. Sarge dead, unfortunately. User used to take him out. And then just got refragged ultimately. Atonic trying to get his own frag here, trying to take down the head of Kit Jitsu from afar there. So uses that sideline setup earlier in the round. 45 seconds left here as Reagan's going to also be trying to hold down the piano side back, trying to push forward here. Moving his way towards piano, towards Reagan. Gonna slowly swing. There's actually spots Reagan, loses a lot of health there. And now Atonic able to capitalize there, gets the double kill, takes down Reagan, a headshot there. Well done there for Atonic. Kit gets the nitro kill into Atonic, gets the plant deny as well. Just a smart play, really, from the Capcan.
15 seconds remaining.
Lights up Vac there, maybe looking to finally get the kill here. I mean, low time, and Vac really should be sticking this plant. He does stick it. He's going to now rotate outside. 1v1 here in the post plant. Kid's going to try and clutch this up, try and get this final kill, try and get this round here. Great play from him earlier in getting that nitro down on default, getting that kill onto Atonic, able to remove that potential man deficit that he'd be playing against. And that 2v1 swings back, gets the kill too, and able to win this round, it seems. Just off of a smart play, an aggressive play. Capitalizing there, and that's going to be awareness from back.
And that's going to be a 3 kill for the side of Kid as well. So pulling in some weight there for the side of Ottawa indeed on that round. We did see, I want to say, Houston managed to get the opener there, but we're not able to clutch that round out. That being said, Ottawa had the trades going back and forth every time that you saw them lose a body. They were able to trade back out. And then Kit just having the awareness to toss C4 and then almost managed to get Vac through the holes as he went to go grab Diffuser there. So just some very well high-level awareness there from the side of Kit. And I think we're going to have a decent game tonight.
I do think so, too. I mean, like you said, just great awareness there, really, for him.
Attackers need
Save
to
the round.
locate and defuse bombs.
So, I mean, we're just gonna have to see if that's what happens next,
Attackers
really,
have located a bomb.
for this defending team for Ottawa. But just a great opener there for them, getting those kills that they really needed, and particularly, you know, the contributions, as you mentioned at the end of Kid, getting the nitros. And getting the clutch, mind you, just able to capitalize on. I think Vac wasn't really expecting him to just through the breach and get the frag. So now basement. Any thoughts about this hold, about this site, Ragnar?
Attackers are heading out to defuse bomb.
Okay. While Ragnar's troubleshooting, we're gonna just sit and wait patiently for him.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. And we're going to be seeing Ottawa going down to the basement. Looks like we're going to have no roam. Or
I think one player might be roaming. Yeah,
Wolf is on the roam.
Wolf all the way on the top floor there. So.
And we are seeing Fenrir come out for the side. Oh, and Wolf's going to get the opening frag there on the Shiro.
Thank you for correcting me. I butchered his name in the first round. I'm sorry, Shiro.
I believe it's Shiro, Yuzra, Vac, Atonic, and Sparks for Houston. Then you have Wolf, Kit, Big Sarge, Juco, who is Mist, and Reagan.
Okay, I'm going to absolutely butcher every one of these names. I'm sorry in advance. Thank you for correcting me, at least on Shiro there. Kit, however, trying to maybe play
Kit with a nasty angle here.
Ooh. Just trying, I think, to use the. I think that's the great strength of those Kiba barriers, is that it's essentially as good as you can make them with your creativity. Looking for some angles like that, looking to create angles and create cover and such. As that'll be Sarge gunning down Atonic, and at this point, I think might be running into a bit of a brick wall here. Is what's happening for Houston. It'll be Sparks as well as User falling into the hands of Big Sarge, the bandit, the Fenrir with the 3K now, looking for the fourth, possibly back. Sort of between a rock and a hard place here, being cornered. Now Nitro goes out from Reagan in a flawless round for Ottawa, up now 2-0.
Indeed, just a very solid hold there from Ottawa. They got the opening pick, immediately didn't give Houston the chance to refrag it out. We saw Houston then try to just avoid the roam game completely and just try to hit back sight there, and it just did not work out. We saw Ottawa had the utility set up, the ability to hold that. They had the tight angle from Kit there. They had Big Sarge on the Finrer. First time we're seeing Ottawa bring out the new operator, and I didn't really see any of his gadgets work, but Big Sarge definitely put his gun to use and managed to walk away, I believe, with a 3K on the round there.
Correct. I do concur. I don't believe that there was a single FNAT mine that ended up getting triggered. But, I mean, like you mentioned, just didn't give any air to the Houston offense, and I think Houston's attack right now is kind of falling into this real one-dimensional space. What do you think?
I definitely think once they lose that opening pick, they kind of bunch in, for so to speak. They try to cut their losses in a sense and just completely try to avoid what they lost that person to. Now it's completely different when they get the opening pick. They turn into a very aggressive and they like to put the pedal down, but I definitely think once that opening pick happens on them, they kind of slow down. They try to hit the site, try to play more of objective style, and maybe that just doesn't work out for them, as they are known to be some gunners here in the form of Shiro and Yuzra, Sparks and Vax, although they have not come alive on the leaderboard as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, but trying to get some more frags in their name, trying to get something to happen here. I am surprised to see the observation blockers in use. Any thoughts on these new observation blockers, Ragnar?
I have personally used them in rank, and I definitely think they are an interesting ad. They definitely bring a security, I guess, in the sense of the word, is where you have to be smarter with your droning. You have to know, and you also can't just drone and then just not put any bodies behind the drone, as we see Reagan get the opening pick on the Sparks here, as Reagan just seems to be playing his life above hatch here with multiple angles watching different directions. He is going to be alone, which is interesting for this setup here, as he doesn't have anybody playing top blue to support him here.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point he's just sort of taking the Rambo approach, trying to hold it down single-handedly, but ultimately just decides that he's going to save himself. Falls back. Did he get the opening frag, however? Took out a real key vertical player in Sparks. They do still have the, Houston still has the ability to play vertical, with Vac, with Shiro.
Definitely.
They could still make that happen, but
definitely a misstep in Houston there, letting the castle completely full blind run down blue stairs and get away without being traded back out. Quite interesting that Amaru, who was on that piano double door, didn't swing when he heard the footsteps of running away. But we'll be able to see if that comes to bite Houston in the back, as they are under a minute now pushing directly onto the site.
Shiro takes down Wolf for a good kill to bring it back to even here for Houston. Nice headshot from the Amaru. Might be looking for a second one here. He's not going to push his way on towards the objective here. However, going to deal with those Miras that were set up over in Connector. Big Sarge tries to lay down the law here. Kit Jitsu waiting, lying and wait, trying to get a frag potentially, trying to get the lead here. 30 seconds left now, is Sarge going to actually be fragged out by Shiro here on Blue Hall. And now at this point, I mean, just Ottawa has to rely on Kit and the rest of the players on site to deny a plant. Deny a last second push. Juco falls, however, at the hands of Shiro, getting a 3K now. The Amaru Atonic falls. However, traded out now. That'll be Kit getting the frag. Reagan falls, and Shiro and Vac just clean up the objective for the first round here for Houston at last, able to break the curse.
Yeah, definitely an interesting setup for the side of Houston. They had nobody supporting the castle. Honestly, the castle, in my opinion, shouldn't have been able to get that kill on Buck if Houston had played that differently. And honestly, the castle should have never made it out of that top floor if Houston had played it differently. You saw no shield, nobody playing aggressively on top blue to help support the castle, nobody playing mez. It was just him inside that small little room right next to library. Yes, he managed to get the pick, but after that, they collapsed back to site, and Houston's guns just came alive and picked off the defenders one by one. They had no sight lines for trades within the site, which is something that comes about in that site. It's very condensed, but it's not crossfire condensed, where if you're getting picked from outside those doorways, there's no way you can get the refrag unless you're swinging back out immediately. And we see Houston take its first round there against Ottawa Storm.
Yeah, I think it's important to note the way that that site is sort of engineered. I personally believe that the castle there should have just stayed up there for longer. I mean, he got the opening kill. He got a key kill, mind you, in that he got rid of that buck, that real key primary vertical player. And he had library control. I feel like they should have supported him better, had a player on blue, but I mean, he had library and there was a minute and a half gone. I feel like he should have stayed up there, at least tried to waste some more time, ideally get another kill or something of that sort. But I feel that because he fell back so quickly after, at the minute and a half mark, that gave plenty of time and a lot of map control very easily to Houston, which they were able to capitalize on because they had everything in their favor. I mean, they had map control, everything besides the site. They had, even though they were down on a 4v5, they had plenty of time. It's just that, and so I think that's what really allowed Houston to prosper and Houston to just really gun out there. So now Houston gonna have to deal again with this office and master hold. Last time we saw them face off against this hold from Ottawa, they ended up losing barely from some smart plays by Kit as the Capcan clutching up a 2v1 after the defuse went down, as that'll be Sarge already taken down there by Shiro. Headshot actually from the, I think that's from the Osa there, who's continuing to, I think, be real nuisance, a thorn in the side of this defending team of Ottawa. So Sarge out of the round at this point. They've lost the opening pick. I think this is the first time, I may be wrong, the first time that we've seen Houston actually take the opening frag in this matchup. Something very important for them. That'll actually be Wolf sending out some Magnats, waiting possibly for a push here from one of the members of Houston. He's actually going to fall back now, have to deal with some crossfires there, courtesy of, believe actually, of Vac. I could be wrong, however. That'll be, I am wrong. It's Sparks there. Vac, however, backing him up. Vac gone, actually. That'll be Wolf from something from below, able to take him down there. Headshot, courtesy the MP5K, wielded by Wolfx. Kit now down and out thanks to User. I may be wrong on these names. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. 4v3, however, a minute left, and no apologies from these Houston players as they're just continuing to sort of steamroll, it seems. This defense finally starting to warm up, finally starting to get moving here, looking to break the streak, looking to get themselves a game win here and get themselves back towards the top of the West. Reagan takes down one, actually traded out courtesy of Shiro, and now a 3v1 situation as all but Wolf have died for Ottawa. Unfortunately, Sparks, Atonic, and Shiro still alive. That'll be Shiro takes down Wolf, gets the headshot, double kill from the Osa, and second round for Houston.
Indeed. We saw, I'm not sure exactly where Kit got picked off, but he had no impact that round. We did see Wolf play his life very well in that library area. He was able to drop off, waste time, and then still even manage to get a pick, but then he wasn't able to rotate back fast enough to help the defenders on site. They were just slowly picked off by the rest of the Houston team, and he was left in a 1v3 situation where he had to clutch in a post plant and just wasn't even able to get the ball rolling with an opening kill against those three holding their post plant angles.
Yeah, I mean, truly, I think it's as simple as just he had a good roam, but they couldn't hold up the site long enough. And ended up losing the round there. So now, basement hold here, and we will see that Henry run play. We're also going to see a mirror. So I think we're seeing actually the same mirror setup as we saw before. Any thoughts on this hold in general, Ragnar?
It definitely worked out in the favor of Ottawa last time around. They had I'm not sure if they had opened this wall originally, the back of wine themselves, or if it got opened by the ace charges with Kit playing that angle. But that being said, their setup is definitely a heavily anchored on this back side, as most people don't even try to push the snowmobile front, really. It's just kind of a shoot fest over there. But we are seeing the same style here. We're going to have 4 on site with Wolf roaming. He's going to be roaming in a different area of the map this time round. Be interesting to see if they even enter anywhere on the upper side of the map, or if they're just going to go straight for site, as we're seeing them entering big garage here and pushing directly for the back side.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to. I think at this point Houston's looking for the same push. Don't know if that's advisable necessarily, but I mean they're 2-2 here, looking to make it 3-2 now. Dealing with essentially the same push, same angles, same Kiva barriers. Very solid push here. EMP's going out from Sparks, and some assistance provided by him will probably allow a tonic to get these walls open. Good opening plays really for this attacking team. I mean, it's a minute in and they've already got walls onto the objective opened up. Now the Fenrir of Sarge going to fall back. Might be looking to set up and start up some of those FNAT mines here. Just same angle from Kid as well, as that Azami is just going to hold this very tight angle on the door. And Wolf is, interestingly enough, actually all the way back up on the top floor. But at this point, might as well be in Timbuktu. Nobody's paying any attention, and nobody's going to be trying to clear him. However, as Shiro's nearly on site, looking for a flank here. He'll get one on a Juco, looking for the second one. Finds Reagan. Double kill for him. Traded out, however. Reagan's still alive, mind you, and 2 kills as Kit, and I believe Reagan getting frags onto Sparks and onto Shiro. Great plays on the site there for Ottawa. Now up by manpower by 1 now, as they'll be taking Wine Cellar here. Reagan gets a nitro onto a tonic. That'll be a frag from User onto 1, actually traded out now by Wolf, and it's up to just Vac. 2v1 here. Vac takes down Wolf, trains his teammate out, up to just Sarge and Reagan. Reagan with 2 on the round already. Sarge looking to make it 5-3 for himself. Sends out the bailiff. Oh my! And Vac very low right now. Trying to put this round back together here, and Vac will fall. Sarge picks up another round for Ottawa.
Yeah, indeed. We saw Shiro almost pull off the sneaky ninja attack backside there. He held his trigger discipline just long enough to get 1, but then was immediately collapsed on from Kit on the other side of blue, looking into wine. Mira was able to trade out the person on main stairs, otherwise that might have went a lot differently. That being said, definitely some gaps Ottawa left on their defense there. Houston found them. They just weren't able to capitalize on them there. So they're going to end up taking the lead once more with a 3-2. Interesting enough, they're going to opt to go to bar gaming instead of going back to the first site, which they won, which I guess I can kind of understand why. The first time they won the upstairs site was kind of up to Kit pulling something out of his rear end and just making it work. But that being said, this site was not properly set up in my opinion, and it's gonna look like they're not gonna have the same style setup either here, unless we do see Frost coming out. I don't believe they had the Frost. No, they did have the Frost. Where is she putting her shield then, is my question.
I don't know. I'm gonna assume.
Okay, so she's putting the shield here. I don't know why it wasn't there first time around, or if maybe it was there and Houston just managed to get it off the map before I even noticed there was a shield top blue. But definitely the better way to set up here. A little interesting not having anyone play on the Mez side of things, but it did work out for Reagan last time around. We'll see if it works out this time.
I mean, I don't think they had the shield there, and I don't think they had somebody playing on Mez. think it's smart that they put the shield down. They just now need somebody to play the shield. I'm a bit concerned about the fact, however, that there's no, as now, Shiro is going to work trying to disassemble and un-IKEA eyes, as I like to say, this top floor hold from Ottawa. But as I was saying, I think that that's just the strategy here for Ottawa, is that they don't put a player up on Mez. They're not trying to make that happen. I am concerned about the fact that they don't really have any throwable denial besides Wolf, and I don't think Wolf's going to be throwing magnets up towards that shield as Shiro's trying to put some pressure on this hold now. The shield's already gone there and finished off there. Sparks takes down Reagan, but that'll be Juco picking off Shiro. 4v4 situation here. Reagan is gone, so now library side's completely clear. I don't know if they realize it, but just a big opportunity with half the round remaining here as Sparks is already going to start rolling down blue stairs, rolling down towards actually the objective here, potentially towards Juco, just sitting in mudroom there. Wolf taking a lot of damage now. He's trying to get a flank off against Houston. Unfortunately, quickly just overrode by Sparks, and now at a man deficit here. Gonna try and pick this round back together, but they've lost vertical. They have lost their roam. They're already facing pressure on the site, and they have a minute to burn here. Sarge activating some F-Nats, trying to hold down this bar side, trying to deal with some pressure from Hatch. Loses a lot of health, wow, from some of the players for Houston above. Sparks trying to make something happen on this objective, waiting potentially. Is Juco gonna swing out, spot Sparks? Atonic and Sparks get fragged. Sparks with the headshot there onto Juco. Atonic with one there onto Sarge. Kit Jutsu, the last one left. Essentially 1 versus all. He'll take down Atonic. Looks for a second here. Spots one downrange. Low ammo. He's gonna have to try and get him with the Evo 12S. Finds him, takes him down there. Shotgun kill for the Mira. 2v1 situation. Low time now. I mean, Kit just has to try and ride this out here. I mean, he has 20 seconds left. He's outnumbered. He somehow managed to get that kill there. He's down 2 at this point. Low time. User trying to get this plant to actually Sparks covering. Nitro goes out. Gets off the plant, runs right into the Nitro, and no time.
What?
The last one left. Wow. A massive series of blunders there by Houston, choking a 4v1 against a Mira that is stuck in connector to bring it to a 3-3 split. I do believe him.
A 4-2 split. That 4-2 split because Kit pulled something out of his rear end again. And honestly, I would say that's a bigger one that he pulled out there than the first one. Just able to get the pick onto the Nomad running straight at him, then immediately get the other pick with the shotgun, pocket shotty, and then able to deny the plant with the C4 still in pocket and buck too far out. Like, I don't know what Houston was afraid of there. They literally have 2 doorways, just both push at the same time. Yeah, he might get one, but there's no way he's going to get both in that instance, or at least it's a whole lot less likely there.
Looking at Gen 10, they're saying that the milk choked.
We're going to see Houston going top floor here, and it's going to be a similar lineup. We're seeing the Warden come out for the side. Looks like Shiro wants the fragging power as he is leading Houston with 9 kills. And the side of Ottawa, we have Reagan, Kit both sitting around 8 and 7, and Big Sarge is going to immediately have his head ripped off by Shiro here.
Out of his bed.
Immediately after the opening pick, we're going to see everything kind of slow down here. That was the Osa taken off the board, so no... Oh, and Kit's going to immediately pop back off. Looks like he's going to take Sparks out, who was potentially roaming underneath. As we're going to see some nades come out from underneath. And Juco is going to finally get on the board and take out a tonic right after Kit is traded out by Shiro. Juco with another onto Shiro here. We're finally seeing some guns wake up for the other part of Ottawa here. And it's going to be Vac and Yuzra in a 2v3. See if they're able to hold down the round for their team here, as Yuzra is going to immediately rip off Reagan's head with the SMG-11. As it's dropped down to a 2v2, Case is cold on the ground, and we're seeing a little bit of a slowness now come out for the rest of the team. Wolf almost able to take the head off of Mute there, as he's now swinging the head holes. They're oppositely swinging each other. Both light into each other and lose HP. And User and Vac both get the last two engagements there and bring another round in for the side of Houston. Bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen, as we seem to have lost Escargo, so I am alone at this moment.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing Houston now rotating down to that basement site. We are seeing Finra come out for this basement site as well, so it seems like both teams like to pull out Finra for the basement hold here.
10 seconds remaining.
Makes sense, as there's a lot more, sorry about that, a lot more close off angles where he can have a bigger impact.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
That being said, we are going to see, it looks like maybe Yuzra's waiting for a opening pick here, waiting for a shootout to peek out here. See if Shira's going for any opening picks here, as Big Sarge was taken off the board early the last round. But it seems like most of Houston is sitting on site now, and Ottawa is going to be mainly congregated in Big Garage here. Vac is going to be in an interesting position here, and Boiler. And is going to be immediately taken out by Big Sarge as they swing, and he's trying to relocate back into sight. Kind of a poor positioning on the side of Vac there. Not an easy way to get back into sight, especially after they've been already pushed up. And with no intelligence to know that they've pushed up that far, we're going to see both the side boil. Oh, nope. See both the side walls and the main wall of. Oh, no, main wall was not actually open, surprisingly enough. But they are going to both be open now by the last two Selma charges. Yuzra is going to be getting the next onto Juco, who was upstairs, I believe. As Kit's going to lose his life in blue. Wolf is going to immediately refrag him, though, and go for the plant. And it doesn't seem like Houston is aware. Atonic is moving in for the peak here. almost rips the head of Reagan off as Wolf is now trapped right where he planted the diffuser. He's going to have his head ripped off by Yuzra on the Mozzie. Case is planted. And we're going to see C4 tossed out. Reagan's going to lose that as he was on low HP. We have Big Sarge holding on Fridge. Is going to rip off most of Atonic's health here. And User is going to manage to land the kill there, and we're going to see Houston bring it to a 4-4 tie.
Defenders disable the diffuser. Defenders win.
So definitely a competitive match coming out for both sides of the teams here. We're seeing some life come out for the side of Houston on the defense, as we are now sitting at 4-4 and potentially about to go across a full rotate for the side of Houston. We're going to see the Bar Gaming coming out for that third and tertiary site.
I'm back. Sorry, my Wi-Fi decided to shoot itself.
No worries. Welcome back.
Yeah, it just stopped working. I had to go turn it off and turn it back on again. Sometimes the old-fashioned solution is the only way to do it.
Indeed,
Anyways, what
indeed.
did I miss? Would you mind catching me up?
Okay, so we had a 2v2 scenario on top floor, and Houston managed just to win it out on the two last frags. They then went down to basement, and in a 3v3, Ottawa was able to get the plant down, but was not able to secure post-plant angles, and Big Sarge was left in a 2v1 scenario against Atonic and Yuzra, and was not able to come up big for the side of the Stormwatch, and managed to lose the gunfight against Yuzra. And Houston, with that one, brought us to where we are now with a 4-4, and we're seeing
Attackers are heading out.
them set up now for Bar Games. Interesting enough is they have a little bit of a different way. They've opened up a hatch, but reinforced the hatch that Reagan liked to play in. We are seeing no shield for the side of Houston, interesting for top blue, but we are seeing those drone area denials coming out.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing some Mozzie play. I'm surprised that it's not combined with the Mute, the sort of dynamic duo of drone denial. I am a bit more surprised I'd say it's run out there from Warden, from Shiro, shut down quickly by Big Sarge. I mean, at this point, a strongest of wind would take out Big Sarge, unfortunately. But did manage to get the opening frag for his team, sort of quickly put a cap on any aggression there from Houston as Juco falls headshot there from Vac. The Castle able to get the kill, and now Wolf is on site here. They're just sneaking in and getting the plant down. Impact goes out there. Sparks gets a quick double kill there to take down Wolf and Juco. Traded out, however, unfortunately for Sarge, gets the headshot, but is down and out now. Vac will get the double kill, takes down Sarge. 2 kills each for a Vac, and for Sparks, it's up to just Atonic, Vac, and User. Probably butchering his name. I'm sorry, man. In a 1v3 situation against Reagan here, trying to complete this comeback, actually turn this comeback into a lead for themselves after that 2-4 split that they ended up in at the end of the first half. And now Reagan going to swing around, spotted and downed by Vac. 3K from him in a round lead now, actually, for Houston.
Indeed. Ottawa saw the opening in the Houston's defense, rushed in, managed to get that area, started to get plant down, and then his covers kind of extended a little bit too far. You see that happen sometimes. You get a little itchy. You want to keep taking ground, and they lost their heads. So he pulled off that plant. I don't necessarily agree with that. I would have liked to see him stick it, because he was almost fully planted, and then that maybe changes that scenario. But that being said, we are going to see Houston take that round and jump us up to a 5v4 now,
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
as they have gone on a 3 rounds run. And if I pull this up, let me show the round history. Oh, nope. I haven't updated the round history. That is my bad. But that being said, they have actually won 2 of the last 3 by killing everybody and 1 by defusing. So not a huge amount of objective play coming from the side of Ottawa. Kind of
5 seconds left.
a little bit antsy on the side of attack, I would say. I'd like to see him lock it down a little bit, take an avenue of approach, and execute it instead of in the instance of the last round where they saw it, they went to execute, and then they over-executed. They extended themselves too deeply. If they had satisfied themselves with holding the swing-ins to bar, get the plant down, and then let the enemy swing into them, those engagements could have gone a whole different way. But sadly, we don't see it. We do see User sitting here, maybe waiting for the sound of a repel.
Yeah, I think users might be looking to replicate what we saw actually from Shiro, I believe, early in that previous round. Admittedly, Shiro got quickly taken out by Sarge for his efforts, but they might be eyeing the same play here, possibly. Just looking to use that trademarked Houston aggression here, and at this point, Sarge trying to get this open. Nitro, I believe, goes out from Sparks and doesn't do anything. Just made it easier here, actually, for Ottawa to get that open and start playing. That swing, however, by Sparks takes down Sarge. Smart play there from the bandit of Sparks and gets the opening frag here for Houston. Now looking to keep it rolling. Sparks, however, traded out by Kit. A 4v4 situation ensues for these two teams as half the round has elapsed here. And I mean, at this point, if you're on the side of Wolf and the rest of Ottawa, you need to be looking to waste time. You need to be looking to get yourself into a man advantage and waste time. As defense, or actually as attack, not waste time. You want to be moving forward. And this point, I think that's kind of the concern here, is that they're not. They were on defense, they'd be looking to waste time, but they're on attack. They are going towards Houston. They need to be making plays here. They need to be getting frags. They need to get themselves back into the man advantage. They need to get something to happen here. But at this point, it just seems like they're sort of stuck in idle. That's kind of an issue for them. As you can see, I think that's Kit just pressing forward now towards the piano side. Misses the player in piano, however, a pretty big mistake there as Shiro punishes him for it. Gets the easy headshot, easy man advantage. 30 seconds left now. Brought back to even. Reagan gets the frag onto a tonic now as the remaining players for Ottawa need to move. They need to push. They don't, I mean, they're not even in the building here. 20 seconds left now. Nitro goes out from the user who will get one there onto Juco, maybe looking for another one, able to capitalize on some poor intel, poor awareness. Double kill from the Mozzie, however, as Shiro is down. That'll be Wolf taking the headshot onto Shiro, but traded out by user. And ultimately just unable to face off against the P10 Rowan. I think he didn't have any ammo left in his primary magazine, so just had to resort to the pistol and couldn't pull it out, unfortunately.
And
now
with that loss, we are going to be seeing the timeout come for Ottawa as Houston moves to match point. With another round win, they would secure 3 points, and Ottawa would walk away again with 0 as they played, I believe it was Calgary last time. A little bit of a closer affair here, if I want to remember correctly, than the Calgary-Ottawa match. But still some issues, I'd say, with Ottawa's attack here, as they just seem very disjointed, is the word I would like to use, which I would say I would know a little bit about, because that was the way Boston's attacks were going until we finally figured things out. Sorry about that, folks. My headset fell off my head.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, at this point, stakes for Ottawa are nice if they somehow manage to take this back. I mean, even if they do, they'd be getting an overtime win. which is not as many points, and so they'd still be, I believe, in third in the West. Yeah, they'd just be right on the doorstep. Or actually, they'd be up to second.
But the
barely.
thing about it, though, is even if they get 1 point, they make it, I want to say, about 90% more likely that they lock in that third slot. So the way the East stands currently, Ottawa has to lose out. Myself, my team, at least, I'm not sure how many Toronto would need. I can't remember exactly. I want to say they're in the same boat as us. But we literally just need to win our last game and take 1 point away from Calgary. And if Ottawa loses its next two and loses this one, then we will pass them for the third seed, and they will have to play for their playoff spot. And we're going to see Giro with the opening pick yet again onto Juco. That's the Intero drones completely off the board. Very big pickup for the side of Houston.
That's exactly what Houston needed, as you've mentioned earlier in this match. Houston really profits. They really do well when they get that opening kill, and they just got the opening kill. Mind you, not something insignificant. They took down 4 Ratero drones. Nitro goes out as well. There goes Reagan, the hard breach, off the board. Now they don't have Eddie hard breach anyway to get through these walls on basement, which, mind you, is pretty important. There goes Kit, as this offense for Ottawa seems to be falling apart. That'll be a double kill very quick by Sarge to bring it back to nearly even. Kind of, staunches the bleeding, but just really bad spot there. I mean, losing your supports there, losing your flank watch, losing some secondary support, losing your hard breach. Not even a minute in. You don't even have a wall. You're going to basement, a site that kind of requires you to get a wall. It's just not the right opening here, really, for this attacking team.
But they do have Wolf and Big Sarge left on the board. Big Sarge is leading with the kill count for the side of Ottawa after picking up those quick 2 onto Shiro and Yuzura. And this could potentially be one winnable. It is a lot harder, I will say that losing that hard breach does hurt. But we have seen Houston completely collapse back onto site as Big Sarge and Wolf try to find an opening and way to get back into this round and continue to drive for that overtime.
Minute left here. That'll be Sarge trying to take some pot shots through the floor there, get his team back in control, keep this match alive for Ottawa, keep some points on the board for Ottawa possibly here as Sparks, Atonic, Vac just holding the line here, trying to really anchor this whole. Sparks swings right into the crosshairs of Sarge, who gets a quick and easy headshot. That'll be Wolf finding one, traded by Vac. The 1v1 match on the line here. Vac against Wolf. 25 seconds left here. Vac gonna try and press towards blue, maybe try and flank. Wolf is making his own way towards Weinsteller now on the objective, looking for the plant. 15 seconds left just about. Vac gonna get on the floor, maybe looking to stop the plant as Wolf will actually fake. Oh dear, probably should have stuck it at this point. Very late into the round, very low time, needs to press now, needs to get a kill. Don't think he's gonna be able to get the plant down. And now chasing Vac, who will, oh wow, didn't even have to do that, but swings, puts himself in a bit of a risky spot, but doesn't care, gets the headshot, and puts this match away 7-4 for Houston.
Yep, that is going to be a tough loss there. Ottawa almost managed to pull it back, almost managed to bring it out there in the end.